Thanks, Tom. It's an honor to be here. We have a really rich array of expertise on this panel, and we'll be turning to them and to all of you as well, I hope. So the title of this this panel is, What do we need to know and do to build resilience into the food system? So we'll build on what we heard earlier today. In my mind, the key questions are right up here. Where are we headed? Where do we want to go? And what do we want to know? I would assume it would always also be up there if we had a bigger banner. So we'll start out as we did before with some remarks from the panelists, but there are four big questions in my mind, and I'm just going to say them real quickly now so that if you have a question in mind, you can start to think about that. Those are, what does resilience mean for the food system? So are there examples out there that would be illustrative to talk about? What do we need to know to move towards that? What are the opportunities for action in the short term? And then what are the opportunities for action in the longer term? Short term, let's think a few years. Longer term, 2 to 3 decades. And then we'll wrap it all up. So to start off, we have Richard Rominger, farmer, former Secretary of the California Department of Food and Agriculture, also former Deputy Secretary of USDA. Then we'll turn to Anne-Marie Isaac, who's Chief Alliance Officer of the Alliance of the Centers of the Consultative Group on International Agricultural Research. Chuck Tryon, who's the Director of Applied Sustainability at General Mills, is going to explain a little bit about the corporate perspective. Fred Kirschenman's going to bring us back to the fields and to the roots of the philosophy of resilience. He's at the Leopold Center, Distinguished Fellow, President of Kirschenman Family Farms. Finally, Kate Clancy, who's a food systems consultant and a senior fellow at the Minnesota Institute for Sustainable Agriculture. So, Richard, please start us off.